everyone, how's everyone doing today? My name is Gina and I am doing great. Look what we're doing today. Our Paletteful Pack for May. So let's open this bad boy up and let's see what we have, shall we? Whoa, what are these? Pastel colors. Multi-talented pencils in pastel colors. So I'm guessing, well, we'll open them up in a minute, but I'm guessing they're pastel, like pastel, soft pastels. Is that what they are called? Yeah. Okay. All right. Then we've got some more pencils these are by Paletteful. I think we've had these before. I think you can wet them though. That's what that brush thing means. We'll see. You know, we test things out. We've got a Tombow. Black probably. Test that out. What is it? Ooh, gelatos. Nice. We're going to be testing out all these. Ooh, we got another Princeton Summit Angular Shader. Oh, that's a nice one. Half an inch. And then we have a Robert Simmons White Stable in 4. I do like these brushes for like acrylics and stuff. They're pretty nice. And then we have a thing of paper. Ooh, watercolor by Strathmore paper. All right, and we have this guy. Okay, I think that's it. Just crinkles. Yeah, that's it for the box. So you know what comes next. We're going to, I'm going to go and look at the prompts just to see and double check all what we have here. I do get the Premier Pack and I am not sponsored, by the way. Okay, so it's a water soluble mixed media is what this is. Let's see. So the pencils, these right here, function as a colored pencil, watercolor, and wax crayon in one. What? This is going to be interesting. You've got the gelato. I've used a gelato before, I think. But we'll see how they go. The pencils, these are fine art watercolor pencils. So these are watercolored as well. And then the pen is black. And then we got 2 brushes. So here's our prompts. Bubble, donut, bouquet, and vehicle. I might not even do any of that. All right, let's play. Let's see what these things do. I'm very interested. I will need to get me some water and I'll be ready. So I'll come back when I've got everything I need. As I always do when I get a Paletteful Pack, I do test out everything. And I pretty much just made a little swatch like what I'm doing with this gelato, but I did them with all of the other pencils. And then I used water to see, how it would work, because this is a totally new concept. The blue and the red up at the top of this are the pencils, and they turned out really, really nice. Very vibrant, as you can see, especially the red. I really liked the pencils. I will go in further at the end of the video about what I really thought about this medium. The marker is a Tombow marker. You can't go wrong with them. And I will end up taking some water with it to see how well it's water reactive. But doing this helped me to realize what I was going to end up working with, how it would do. It did feel like a crayon when you would put the medium down, and then it was so wild that it actually would turn into like a watercolor. One last thing that I wanted to test was to take some of the pastels and mix them together, or just to use water
as what I'm doing right here, just to see how they would work that way. And they worked, as you can see, just fine. So you can do that. You also can wet your brush and put it on the tip of the pastel, the pigment, and use it that way as well, just like you would do with a colored pencil. And so they kind of sort of work like a colored pencil. They could totally be like a crayon because they are waxy. They feel waxy. And as you can see, especially on this paper, since it had some tooth to it, you can see the paper, the texture of the paper, just like you would with a crayon. So they're like a crayon. They're also like a colored pencil, watercolor pencil, and a regular pastel, like almost like an oil pastel type situation, but you can use water to blend it, if that makes any sense. So I decided I wanted to do a donut. It seemed, a simple little thing just to check everything out. I tried the angle brush. I wasn't a fan with it for this, so I went back to the round brush, but the angle brushes are wonderful in acrylic work. So again, the pigment blended well, it worked well. So now I'm making the donut color, and as you can see on my palette, I just mixed colors together. I just, like I did previously, just put it on the palette and mixed them together. Here I'm testing to see if you can take away like you can in watercolor, and you totally could. Very easy, a little bit easier than watercolor actually. And then I completely dried it and put the sprinkles on, and then I did go back after I dried it with a hair dryer, and I could also take off some of the color as well, easily, even after it was dried. So it was pretty cool to use this.
Okay, so my final thoughts. I really like this medium. It's something I would have never gravitated to or bought myself, because I wouldn't have even known what to do with it. So that's another reason why I love Paletteful Packs. I am not being sponsored, by the way. I just really like this box because you do get stuff sometimes that you've never used, and you get surprised and you really enjoy it. I really enjoy these. They act really differently than watercolor and watercolor pencils, even watercolor markers. The pigment seems to be able to spread more evenly than pencils do, or even markers sometimes. And another good thing, other than markers, you can blend them together. Like I took these three colors and I made the golden by just putting them over here and mixing them together. Of course, markers you could do that, but pencils you cannot. I don't think. I've never tried it, but it still has kind of a waxy feel to it, where if you don't put water and use all the pigment up, it will still have a waxy feel. But if it's concerning, you can just put fixative on it. You also could just do a whole thing with just these without adding water to it. It would totally work. These are more like oil pastels than soft pastels. So that's another thing to be mindful of with them. They are waxy feeling, which is fine. But I like how you can see the tooth of the paper through it. That's kind of groovy. Another thing that was cool is it was really easy to take some of this pigment away with the water, even after I dried it, because I dried it with a hair dryer, and I came back and I still was able to lift off some of this pigment without really disturbing any of the paper. So that was really cool. Because with watercolor it's difficult to do that without ruining the paper. right here I got a little aggressive with a Q-tip to take off some of this paper. I just wanted to see how it worked, and yeah, the paper kind of got a little mushed, but other than that, all these other places that I took the paint off or the pigment off, it worked fine. So I highly recommend these if you are like an art journalist and you just like to try different mediums with it. It's really fun. I think it would be great for kids too, like little kids, because one, how big the pastel is, and if they do want to use make it more of a paint like thing, it's just water. It's not like you're having paint like with watercolor. So yeah, I would recommend them for little kids as well, for them just to play around. So I'm happy that I got this box this month. It was great. So if this video helped you to decide if you like Paletteful Packs or whatever, please give it a like, share it, and comment. All of that will help my channel very much. It will let YouTube see that my channel is worth watching, and they would recommend me out there so that my channel will stop dying. All right, y'all. Well, I will talk to you later. Y'all be good to one another. Bye.